everyone, welcome to Life in the Valley. We're going to be going over the essential camping gear for two people to be comfortable. Well, we're going to jump right into it. So we're gonna start with our tent here. It's a Coleman Sky Dome 4-person tent. It's nice and big for me and Alyssa and Hank and all our gear and that. And one really nice thing about it is it actually has a screened-in porch off the front. So Hank usually stays out there because he goes swimming and gets wet and stinky and all that. And we put our boots and stuff out there. And also, when we come into the tent at night, you can come into the screened-in porch, sit there for a minute, kill some of the bugs off, and then you can go into your second part of the tent and basically be bug free for the night. So it's not the smallest, lightest tent by any means. It's not like a backpacking tent, but it's definitely comfortable for us, that's for sure. So for a sleeping pad, we got our Lost Horizon sleeping pad here. It's a 4.5-inch thick mattress. It's like half foam, half air type of deal. It packs down pretty good. It's 42 inches wide and like I think 6.5, 7 feet long type of deal. So it's nice and big for me. I can sprawl out on it. And then Alyssa there too. There's lots of room for both of us on there. So yeah, definitely look into a Lost Horizon camp pad if you want to be comfortable, that's for sure. You don't feel anything poking through it or nothing. It's real great. So now onto our sleeping bag here. We got a Teton Sports. I think this one's a -7 bag, so a little bit warm for summertime, but you can unzip the sides and stuff like that. It's also a 2-person sleeping bag, so me and Alyssa can both sleep in here. Same deal. It's like a 42 inches wide by like 7 foot long, and it's kind of a mummy. So you can these are our pillows. You can kind of pop the pillows into the hood, and they'll stay there nice. It's handy that way, that's for sure. Comes with a nice little pack sack, but yeah, definitely check out them. So go on to our camp pillows here. These are our camp pillows from Teton Sports. I'll go ahead and take it out for you. It's a nice little pillow, and then they just kind of self blow up there, like self-absorb. It takes a minute, but really nice little pillows. Matches our sleeping bag and stuff, and fairly easy to put away too. Basically just get it started in, and it's just a little stuff sack, so you just keep stuffing her in. And then yeah, good to go. So that's our camp pillows. So for the GoPros, all that type of stuff, phones, taking pictures and all that. This is a 70-watt foldable pad. It also has booster cables type of deal, like jumper cables or alligator clips, so you can charge up batteries and stuff like the fish finder and all that with it. It works really well, really well. It's the 70-watt panel by X-Dragon, and we also use this during the day to charge up our power banks. So this one also has panels on it to leave it out during the day, but it all folds up. You can set your phone on the back of it to charge it. Also has a light, as you guys can see there, and there's your how much power and stuff you have on the side. And I believe, yeah, so it has, you can charge 3 different things on through wire and then set something on it at the same time. And I believe it has the fast charger as well, the USB-C fast charger. Same as this one. This is another one from Blavar. Light on the end, compass. You can set stuff there to charge it, a wireless charging type of deal. And then again, you can charge 3 different things through the wires there with the fast charger USB-C too. And then our last solar charger here, it's also a radio, so it goes ahead and it pops out, and pull the back out here, make a little stand, set it up, and yeah, kind of like a little emergency radio. You can charge it by solar, or we charge it up with this, or plug it into the wall type of deal. But yeah, it's great. Same deal. It'll charge, what is it here? I think 2. Yeah, it'll charge 2 things by wire there. It also has 2 built-in chargers here on the side that are wires that pop out. And then you can also set something on the back of it as well. Up over here, this was our first kind of power bank we ever had. I've had this for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years now. It works real great. Still charges your phone up a couple times, but it definitely is starting to die down. But definitely great. That's our power setup, nice and light. Mind you, we do have a couple more chargers and stuff because of filming, the GoPros, all our phones. That and a lot of our lights and stuff like that are all battery operated as well. So we'll go ahead and show you some of our lights. So just a Mastercraft spotlight kind of deal, works real well. And then we have the Pritzl headlamps. They work well, and then they have these rechargeable lithium batteries in them, so you pop them out, charge them off the power bank or solar panel or whatever. But usually we get 2-3 days before you need to charge them. We have a red one as well. I believe they're all between 350 and 500 lumens, so they're pretty bright. This is our little lantern we use in the tent and going around and stuff like that. It's good and bright, battery operated. If I remember right, I think it's like 20,000 milliamps, so it lasts a good while, that's for sure. Everything I usually get basically off Amazon or at Cabela's. And then we go ahead, here's our camp fan from Bimmy. It has a light. You can go ahead, turn the fan on, and then if you press it again, it should, yeah, you guys can see there, it starts to oscillate. So you can hang that up in the top of your tent. In the wintertime we use it to blow the hot air down on us, and then in the summertime we'll just use it to keep us cool because, yeah, it's a nice little fan. You can flip it up to angle it. You can flip this out and hang it off the top of your tent. It's pretty handy, that's for sure. I think this is 14,000 milliamps. It lasts about 24 hours on low oscillating, so that was in the winter time too. It might be a little bit better in the summertime when it's warm. Well, here's our BKLES water filtration system. I believe it said it'll do like 14 or 15 people for 3 or 4 days or something, so it'll last me and Alyssa a good while. So there's your pre-filter and your line to go into your cup, I believe, and then your filtration line out of the water. Let's pull this out of here. Here's the filter itself. It's electric. We've never had to charge it. You've used it all winter now, but you just push that to start your pump. It has, yeah, it's all winter we've used it. It's still at half. It has this nice little handy dandy light on it, and I believe you can power stuff out of it and use it as a power bank too through that USB-C, so that's in or out type of thing. So yeah, great little filtration system. Does everything we need, that's for sure. Got a couple extra filters for it if we ever do need them. Probably in maybe a year or two we'll replace them, but definitely a great little filtration system. Some people really like the old-fashioned style ones where you don't need power and stuff like that, but I find the water kind of tastes a little funky still, and it's nice not having to bend down and try to drink out of a straw out of a creek or whatever, or over the side of the canoe, stuff like that. Just gonna get this back in here. I have my power cords and all that stuff in there too, so. And the pre-filter. But it all packs down into a nice little, basically water bottle sized thing. And you even got a little clip here so you can clip it on stuff, or you also got a belt loop. You can put it on your belt. But yeah, gonna go ahead. I'll show you guys. This is like, we have two of these. This is the medium sized one, and then we also have a small one. These are little camp tables. They come in real handy. So basically, you just flip this over here, flip this over here. You guys probably would have seen this on some of our day trips or overnighters if you watched those videos in the wintertime. But basically, it just clips like that. Got a nice aluminum top, nice and sturdy. It's nice, light, handy little table. I think it's like 1.5 pounds or something. But packs away real nice too. Just pop it off, pop it off. This all folds up like so. And then this just pops down like so. It all fits into this nice little bag. So you gotta watch, there's two separate pockets in these bags. One for your legs and then one for the top itself. There we go. Nice, packed away. Handy little table to have, that's for sure. So for cooking, it all depends on where we're going, what we're doing. But for bigger trips, we use this little gas stove to cook on. It's a nice little stove. It takes butane, these little butane canisters. Works really well. Everything's real stable. Pots don't tip over and stuff like that. It's a real great unit. Not too heavy. I'd say probably like 3-4 pounds. But it is pretty big and bulky, even in this case. And you have to carry this outside the case. But it is a real nice stove, especially for the winter time and that, when you can't really find a flat area. But our other cooking setup is a little pocket stove. Many of you guys seen this stuff before. It's just a little isobutane container and a little pocket stove. It just flips up, comes out like so, clicks into place, and you just screw it on the lid, and it even has, I don't know if you guys can see that spark there, it has its own little igniter on it. But it sits on there, away you go. I believe this one was my uncle's, so it's real old. I'd say, I don't know, at least 20 years. Still going strong. It's by Primus. But that's our little setup. And then to store everything in our bags all nice and everything, we have a ton of these little kind of stuff sacks, all different sizes. And you just put your stuff in there, zip it up, and then everything's organized inside your bag. Everything's not loose, flopping all around type of deal. And yeah, so we got quite a few of those, all different kinds. And for bags, we use this trunk. It's a Plano trunk, like 100, I think it's a 100-liter trunk. But it's waterproof, has wheels on it, and yeah, it's nice and handy. It has a lot of these tie-down points and stuff on it, so you can strap it down to stuff. But for the type of camping we do, this is awesome. We put it in the sled in the wintertime and pull it, and in the summertime we just plop it in the canoe, strap it on the front of the four-wheeler, stuff like that. We don't really do a whole lot of walking. Don't really like to walk too much. But that's what we use for storage, along with this bag over here. It's a 80-liter bag the way it is, and then you can unzip the bottom, and then it brings it out to a 100-liter bag. But you can fit a ton of stuff in here. Basically, a lot of our cooking stuff goes in here, pots, pans. You can see we have plates and stuff in this front pocket. There's plates and hot dog cookers and all that good stuff. But it holds quite a bit of the gear, all that miscellaneous stuff. We put our butane canisters in the side pockets and that. And then on top of everything, we usually put our clothes, spare clothes and that in here as well. And yeah, that's more than enough space for us. So basically just this and that box, and that's it for storage basically. Now onto the canoe. We got rod holders for this year to go on the sides. We don't have to hold our rods with our feet and stuff. For a canoe setup, we have a 14-foot sports pal. They're made in North Bay, Ontario. Real economic canoe. I paid, I think it was 1,400 bucks for it after tax. So you can't really get a canoe much cheaper than that new. And it's a 14-foot wide stern, so 14 feet long, 32 inches wide, and it's a flat back, so it has a flat back on it. I believe the canoe is 38 pounds. And then I have a 3.5 Mercury that goes on the back of it, and the canoe motor itself is 32 pounds. And then all of our gear and everything, canoe motor, everything combined, fuel, everything is around 200 pounds. And that all goes onto a cart. We can balance it on the cart half decent, and it's not that heavy to pick up. Alyssa goes on one side, I go on the other, and then Hank, we put his pull harness on, and he pulls off the front. And yeah, it makes for easy work, that's for sure. We go wherever we need to go. So, in the canoe also, we have these seats from Sail, a little cushion on them, but what we usually do is go ahead and put this cushion on top of it as well, and then you have a lot more padding. Because after sitting in the canoe for a day, your butt kind of goes numb after a while, that's for sure. And then we have our fish finder. We use this winter, summertime, wherever we go. It's just a little Helix 5 by Humminbird. It's a GPS unit as well, so you can use it as a GPS. And the fish finder and stuff, winter and summer. We just set this in the canoe. Right now we have the winter transducer on, but the summer transducer is just a little suction cup. Goes on the back of the transom, and away you go. But we also run the Dakota Lithium 10 amp hour battery. It brings it from it cuts the battery weight in half. It's amazing, and you get a lot more power out of it. Usually I get about 2 days of runtime on this with the screen turned down. And yeah, it works great. And when it does die, that X-Dragon solar panel, those alligator clips, you just clip those on, and a couple hours it's charged back up, ready to go again. But so that's what we use for a fish finder. So this is our fishing bag. It's just a little Plano bag. Up top there's like a compartment, and then in the bottom here I usually put 2 trays, and I can also stuff the fish finder inside of the bag, which works pretty well. You can have some stuff on the side, a little pocket in the front. And then we do hang, as you can see, the little first aid kit and stuff off of it here. But yeah, that's our fishing bag type of deal. So the one other bag we do bring if we go fishing is this one, along with our nice little Lucky Strike. It's a rubberized net. I went ahead, you guys can see I painted the rim of it red here because Alyssa couldn't see it in the water, but now yeah, you can definitely see it a lot better now. And the telescope's out. Gotta loosen this up. And the telescopes. Haven't had it out all summer or all winter. The telescope's out quite a ways, that's for sure. Nice for reaching over the side of the canoe and getting the big brown trout and big walleye and stuff. Sometimes they half hang out of the net, but it is what it is. One thing I forgot to mention about our little chairs here, you also can see there's a little pocket on the back so you can stuff stuff in while you're out and about. And then they just go on with these buckles over top of your existing seat. So they go on real easy. And they're nice and light, they're not heavy at all. And that's going to be all of our gear, how 2 people can go camping comfortably. We sometimes go out for 2-3 weeks at a time, and this is all we bring, and it's more than enough for us, that's for sure. So here's all our gear all packed up, ready to go. Got our main bag here type of deal, with our tent and all our cooking stuff, all that type of stuff, and then pack the rest full of food and clothes. Here's our fishing bag with the fish finder, our lures and stuff like that. Our sleeping bag. And then we have the Plano box here, it's waterproof. And then we have our Lost Horizon sleeping mattress in here. And then all our electronic stuff, the GoPro stuff, and power banks and all that sort of good stuff in here as well. And yeah, it packs up nice and small. As you guys can see, it's a pretty compact setup. Definitely not a backpacking setup by any means, but it's good for the two of us and it keeps us good and comfortable, that's for sure. And as long as we have the four-wheeler or the cart under the canoe, or toboggans in the wintertime type deal, it's lots for us. And as you guys can see here, it's quite easy to pull. You're fully loaded behind you guys there. So with Alyssa and Hank on here, it definitely makes things a whole lot easier, that's for sure. So this is all the gear stacked in the canoe. We have the cart, nice and easy to pick up, move around. But we usually put everything toward the back like that to help balance everything out, so it's not as heavy to pick up on the front. And just away you go. And yeah, everything stays in there nice and put, everything's in there nice and good type of deal. Not moving around, not jumping around. And then we have our seats and stuff. And yeah, it's quite nice. So you guys can see here, it's a 3.5 Mercury on the back. And nice wide stern. All our stuff packed in there all nice. And yeah, that's the old cart. I do have a new cart. I'm working on it right now. I'm putting new bearings in it and painting it. But it has 20-inch bicycle tires. So it makes pulling a whole lot easier over rough terrain, that's for sure. And they're kind of angled too, the wheels. So the canoe can fit in between them fine. But where the tires meet the ground type of deal, it's quite a bit wider. So it'll be a whole lot more stable too. Won't be tippy at all. So usually once we get out onto the water, this is how we have things arranged. Alyssa sits up here in the front. Sometimes she has Hank with her, or Hank will sit in behind her there. In this, she has a nice area in here to sit. And there's my spot back there, and all our gear. Got lots of room, and yeah, that's how we load up. Going out across the lakes and all that good stuff, and up the streams. Well, I think that's just about it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. It will help us out a lot, that's for sure. And if you guys like anything here or want any more info, just drop a comment below and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Well, till next time, have yourselves a good one.